It started like a routine morning in court. The defense team gathered around their client, Thomas Braxton, a slick-talking CEO accused of massive workplace discrimination. With his $900 suit and silver cufflinks, he exuded arrogance as he sipped his coffee, smirking at the opposition table. Then she walked in. Attorney Nyla Grant, poised and focused, with a steel gaze and a tailored Navy suit that meant business. She set her files down at the prosecution's table and gave a polite nod to the judge. From the defense table, Braxton leaned toward his lawyer and whispered, loud enough for a few to hear, "Didn't know they were letting interns lead now?" Some of his legal team chuckled under their breath. Nyla heard him. She said nothing. Opening statements began, and Braxton still wasn't taking the case seriously. "She's green," he muttered. "Probably got the job off some diversity hire checklist." But then Nyla stood, stepped forward, and began her argument. Calm, controlled, brilliant. With precision, she laid out the facts. Emails, payroll patterns, HR complaints, all weaved into a damning narrative of systemic discrimination against women and minorities in Braxton's company. She didn't raise her voice once. Her quiet intensity commanded more respect than a shout ever could. By the end of day one, murmurs ran through the courtroom. "She's the real deal." Braxton was no longer smirking. Over the next week, Nyla dismantled his defense piece by piece. She cross-examined his top managers with surgical precision, catching contradictions, exposing lies. She brought in employees, one after another, who had once been silenced by NDAs and intimidation. Her evidence trail was airtight, her logic flawless. And then came the moment that changed everything. Braxton took the stand. He tried to spin his story, feigning innocence and confusion. But Nyla didn't flinch. "Mr. Braxton," she asked, holding up a printed thread of internal messages, "did you, or did you not, write to your VP that you'd rather hire someone less emotional than a female manager?" "I don't recall. Would it help if I played the voice message attached to that conversation?" His face turned white. The courtroom fell silent. She played the recording. His voice, his words, his downfall. By the end of cross-examination, Braxton was sweating. His voice shook. And then during a short recess, as reporters swarmed outside, he turned to Nyla. "I didn't mean what I said before," he stammered. "About you. That intern comment, I was just, look, can we talk? Settle?" She didn't even look up from her notes. "You weren't worried about being respectful until you realized I could end your career." By closing arguments, Nyla had the jury in the palm of her hand. Her final statement was sharp and unforgettable. "This isn't about hurt feelings. It's about accountability. When powerful men think they're above consequences, justice must remind them otherwise." The jury returned in less than 3 hours. Guilty on all counts. Braxton faced millions in penalties in the collapse of his company. The next morning, headlines read, "Attorney Nyla Grant humiliates CEO in court. Turns sexist remark into crushing legal defeat." When asked for comment outside the courthouse, Nyla simply smiled and said, "If you're going to underestimate someone, make sure they're not holding your future in their hands."